Most of us want to become that keyboard person who barely touches their mouse and gets everything done through keyboard shortcuts. So I've had this idea in the back of my head that what if your computer could teach you the right shortcut at the right time?
So I built this app called Shorty. It lives in the notch, and if you're doing something that has a shortcut, it'll show you that shortcut right then and there.
Let's take a few examples. Here I'm in Finder, and if I try to manually copy this file by right clicking, it should show me a shortcut for that. If I go back a folder, it shows me a shortcut for that. If I come forward, it should show me a shortcut for that as well. Let's click on this and see. It is going to process that and it show me a shortcut for that. Let's say I go to a browser here, and if I open up a new tab, it shows me a shortcut for that. If I close a tab, again same thing. If I try to reload a tab, it shows me a shortcut for that. Now it's more than just taps and clicks. Let's see if I drag this file all the way over to trash can, it should show me a shortcut for that. It works in your other apps as well, like in ChatGPT. If I press this toggle sidebar button, it should show me a shortcut for that. It even works in your creative apps like Figma and Sketch. Let's take an example of Figma here. If I tap on text here and try to add a text, it should take a few seconds to recognize it. I created this whole thing with GPT 5.6 all in Codex. Of course, the model is great, and I'll come back to that in a second here. But first, I want to talk about the thing that I loved most about Codex is the computer use tool. Now my app is a notch based app. I knew that it would require a lot of iterations to perfect the notch shape and size, its opening and closing animations. So I just asked Codex to invoke the computer use tool to go and interact with the notch. It wrote some code, went and interacted with the notch, opened it, closed it, took screenshots, and wrote some code again, and it just kept on going until it got it right. So here's this app actually works. It first looks into the menu bar and see all of the available actions, see key maps, see all the local information to figure out the shortcut. If not, then it triggers the cloud pipeline. I'm using GPT 5.6 Soul for the image recognition and GPT 5.6 Terra with web search. So firstly, we take before and after focus screenshots and send it to Sol. If Sol is still not sure about the shortcut, then it uses Terra with web search to search the official documentation and then send the result back. Initially when I was trying to build this app, I just wanted it to work no matter what, no matter how many cloud requests it took. I just wanted it to work. But once it worked, I realized that this is not shippable. We need some sort of local caching. We need to make it faster or to reduce the latency. That's where GPT 5.6 all helped me figure out the local knowledge. So what we are doing is I use Sol to compile all the popular apps out there, all of their shortcuts bundled directly into the app. Of course, the first call would take some time, and I don't mind that, but after that, I needed some sort of caching. And trust me, figuring out a caching mechanism that will work on all of the apps out there was pretty hard for me. That's where we talked a lot, and then finally settled on some semantic sort of caching. So what happens is after the first call, it stores the result in the cache. It stores the coordinates, the semantic, visual elements, and then on the subsequent calls, those calls hit the cache instead of the cloud. So that reduces the cost, that reduces the latency. My name is Heather, and this was my submission for OpenAI Build Week Hackathon.